That's so cleansing and invigorating. Of course, that's my breathing exercise that I do every day. Try to do every day. Sometimes I'm negligent in doing it, but it's something that we should all try to do in order to start our day. Well, happy Pure Love Wednesday. Of course, pure love is the P in the HOPE formula. Good morning. I hope everyone is ready for a great day. My name is Richard Mabe, Rick, Coach Rick, some people call me. And I want to welcome you to my meditation room that we just finished building not too long ago. I am really excited to be able to join you today to talk to you about the third pillar of the HOPE formula. And you can see that we have quite a few books here. And I want to stage myself here because part of what my evolution has been based on a lot of what you see here in front of you. You can see my book that I wrote, HOPE, Your Essence Navigation System, that was derived from years of cleansing and learning and reading, and I read a lot. And here we have Napoleon Hill's Original Laws of Success, a very powerful read if you absorb it. Back here you have some of my mom's works. You have my hat here, which is a very powerful thing for me to wear. I love my hat, so it stays close to me all the time. Here we have Dr. Frank Wallace's works with Mark Hamilton as the owner of the copyrights at this point, and my mentor. These are displayed here not to show anything in particular other than to let you know that these are tools that have helped me grow and get where I'm at, so I like to show those as part of my growth. So, hope, honesty, omnipotence, pure love, and essence. So, I am moving forward in the helping and learning and teaching and promoting the message of these four pillars. They're really universal laws, nothing that I am bringing that should be new, although we have seemed to grow away from these basic universal understandings that have been taught by so many, God, Jesus, so many other prophets and saviors, and whatever you want to call these people, who have tried to help us along the way. We have gotten to a point, and of course I'm an American, so I know more about the United States than I do about most other countries, although I am old enough to where I learned a significant amount about other countries in my history lessons in my younger years. And I believe that the United States is on the verge of either a great awakening or an ultimate demise. Excuse me. And we have someone in the presidency right now who is really a mother of all bombs, if you will, who is blowing that system all to pieces in his brash and open attacks on the system the way it operates right now. You can applaud that, you can hate that, you can do it however you want to look at it, but there is no doubt that what is happening right now is challenging everyone's beliefs about how our government is working. Last night and yesterday I did a piece on the omnipotence, which is godlike power that we all have within us. It is part of our inherent design. And I was talking about Bernie Sanders and his model for socialism and how we can get around that. We need to help the millennial people and our generation X, Y, Z, whatever you want to call them, and our grandkids and our kids to overcome that by looking at these four pillars and helping them to understand what those mean to them. When we talk about omnipotence, of course, I'll just cover that again real quickly. When we have the godlike power that was instilled in us in our inherent design, we have authority established with our Creator. And there are people out there, of course, atheists, however they want to look at it. No one can deny that there is an energy field, an ether, if you will, a magnetosphere, whatever you want to call the energy field that's out there that we can tap into to gain knowledge and energy and a force, if you will. I believe it came from our Creator. However, that Creator came to be is a discussion that I'm not going to get into. I accept it as it is, and it's okay, because I believe that evolution and science and creation can all work together to get us where we are today. So I'm accepting of that, and it's a great thing, because I believe that we were created in the image of our Creator. Um, and that's another thing we can talk about as we go forward on another day when we talk omnipotence some more. We'll be talking about honesty, that we honestly need to approach things. So as I was talking about the omnipotence piece and our godlike power, there's some things that come with that authority that we establish with our Creator in our inherent design, responsibility and accountability for what we do. Now, I'm just feeling my energy right now, so. Understand that when we're doing this kind of thing, and when we do our exercises and we connect, and when we go into some more of this stuff, I have a diagram that I'll share with you soon. If you haven't already gotten my book, you'll see it in my book. It's a 5-point star that represents the outpoints of our bodies. That'll show you how pure love operates when we resonate properly, when we resonate at a proper frequency to receive energy and information like I'm receiving right now. This is no joke. It's very real. It's very, you know, when we talk about, and this is part of the pure love that I want to discuss with you today. When we pray, I call it affirming. When we do affirmations, we are asking, or we are commanding, we are wishing our command. Our wish is our command, as one of my mentors, Kevin, would say. We are establishing authority with our Creator, with our energy that says, this is how I see things. This is how I am living. This is how I am being. One of the things that we have misunderstood throughout our time on this planet and through millennia that causes civilizations to crumble is that we beg and we get on our knees and we beg for things to change, and we call that praying for someone to come to our salvation, to rescue us from what we have done, rescue us from what has been done to us, and save us from our demise. And then we wonder why, as we're being carried away to the cemetery, why we weren't saved from our demise. Folks, it's called authority, responsibility, accountability. Now, our Creator and all the people that have come in His behalf to teach us have taught us about something called love. Pure love is that thing that comes from within our very being that causes us to not act in an initiatory manner toward other entities. When I say entities, I'm talking humans, but I'm also talking other energy beings such as animals and things like that. Yes, we need to feed ourselves. That's not what I mean. My mom taught me long ago that when you're getting ready to kill an animal, thank that animal for giving its life so that you can feed yourself and survive. This is something we need, even with plants that have energy. Always be humble and feel humility when you're being fed, because when you take that into you, you're receiving that energy from that food. Cancer and other things is that we're eating food that we are absorbing food, we're intaking food that came from animals in fear and things like that, and chemicals, of course, and all that, but that helps cause cancer. So the pure love concept is a very real universal law. Love for our planet is another piece of the pure love universal law. So here's one of the things that we need to really begin to focus on as we're trying to come through this journey that says, I am going to establish authority. You know, first of all, the honesty piece, of course. And we'll talk about that again on Monday as we continue with the four-part formula to the hope thing, the universal laws that help us get where we need to be. I am going to honestly assess through my honesty navigation system why I am where I am, what got me where I am, what role did I play in getting where I am. The best way to do it is to look in the mirror, by the way. I do that a lot. I've done that recently, by the way. Some of my friends and family will tell you that I have had to look in the mirror again to bring this back to you today because it's been quiet for a little while. Okay, anyway, honestly, we can teach you how to do that. It's right here in this book. It's right here in these videos. I'm doing a live Facebook broadcast as well in the evenings. I don't like to set times too much because I don't want to force people to have to come listen to me. So if you happen to have your phone with you and you see Rick's live and you want to listen to me, I'll be on there. Usually sometime around 7 p.m. or so in there. I'll be on there. You know, I'm not saying that's the time because I'm not going to hold anybody or miss it myself to those times, but I'm doing these videos so people can get them at any time. So honesty, omnipotence, and now on pure love. We cannot continue to use initiatory force to get where we need to be. Last night I was talking about Bernie Sanders because he is going to become, I believe, the Democratic nominee for the President of the United States. I don't think that Joe Biden has a chance of doing it. There are things that are going to come out about Joe Biden that are going to sink his chance for being a president. That's my prediction. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's okay. I don't care about, you know, we're trying to depoliticize this planet, this country, and we'll get there, but I believe Bernie Sanders is probably going to be the one. So we need to get around socialism. So yesterday I did a whole thing about business and about the love for, about the way businesses need to change their paradigm in thinking to begin sharing a little bit of their fortunes and that kind of thing with other human beings. Now, before you start calling me a socialist, listen to what I'm saying. Pure love is part of this four-part formula. We live in an economic type system. We live in a monetarily based system that's been here for millennia. Jesus does not like money. He went into the temple and he tore down the tables about money changers and all that kind of stuff, the bankers. And he is absolutely dead on when he says that greed is what sinks great civilizations. There is nothing wrong with wanting to be successful and wanting to build yourself up. That's not what I'm about here. Someday, perhaps we will get to a point where we live in a completely honest, omnipotent, pure love and essence society, which I'll talk about. But for now, we live in a situation where we must have the economics. We must have the money. So my thing is this. The essence of who you are on this planet in this lifetime could be any number of things. Pure love aspects to me say, if I'm an artist and I was born to paint, as my mom was, why should I be this thing called a starving artist? Why should I be hungry trying to give my creation to mankind to love and adore, to share and have and love? Why should I have to die before my paintings are worth millions? I admit that's a great thing to have, but why should it be why should I be dead before I'm benefiting from it? That seems kind of like a non-starter to me. Why do I have to be on a street corner practicing my craft before it becomes valuable? Now, I'm not saying you don't need to practice. Michael Jordan didn't become a famous basketball player because he sat on the side and said, yeah, I play ball. He had to learn how to jump and basically fly halfway down the court to do a dunk. That's not what this is about. This is about helping people to find their essence through pure love action, through paying it forward, through random acts of kindness, through acts of charity, to bring people up and help them become who it is they were meant to be. This is what pure love is about. Imagine, if you will, if through the kindness of his heart, now I'm not saying people aren't doing this, but I'm saying we need to do it a whole lot more. I'm saying that the paradigm thinking of big business is a wonderful thing. Let's tweak it a little bit. Let's tweak it so that when I suddenly have $500 million handed to me as a bonus, right? The very first thing that should happen in a hope infected person, hope infection, I like that. I'm gonna think about that. Hope infection. Hope infection. Hope infection. The very first thing should happen with a hope infected human being is $500 million, 25% I'm going to give to a charity who is building people up for business, career, essence, hope. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give 25%, or maybe even half of it, maybe even 75% of it if I'm well enough off, into that to take people and help them to become successful business people, to help them discover what their essence in life is, and help them to become self-sufficient. No, I'm not going to pay 70% in taxes so that people like Bernie Sanders and Congress people can live fat off my money. Because let me tell you something. I have worked for government-based organizations that claim that they are bringing people up who are in need, only to see them go out here and make a minimum wage somewhere, maybe a little bit more than minimum wage, but to continue to keep them oppressed, because that's what those programs are designed to do. This is my grandkid right here. Okay, this is Tom, this is Maddie. These are my grandkids. I do not want them to grow up in a socialist organization that says, you will pay me all your money because I will send you to a college that's going to teach you the bare minimum, because we can't really, we can't really afford to send you to a great school, because those colleges are going to quit trying to make bunches and bunches of money. That's another aspect of this thing. Okay, let's talk about business alliances. Okay, business alliances should be doing a couple of things. They should be building alliances within the community. Okay, Triangle Solutions Alliance, from a friend of mine, is doing that in North Carolina right now. Building alliances within the community to help people to define what their essence is, helping them to build a business, helping them to find a career, helping them out into the community to be successful. This is not about minimum wage. People should not be going to the government to determine what their wage is. The government should not need to be involved in ethical decisions that should be made by our people, by the people who are in our communities. Do you understand what pure love means now? Pure love is random acts of kindness. Pure love is love without expectation of reciprocity. I put a quote out on Facebook this morning. I experience greatness when my movements result in others, something, can't remember it now. I have to get it back out of Facebook. But the bottom line is that my actions and my movements help others without any payment back. To make it short. It was really a great quote. I hope that you guys will share it, because it's a really good one. It's better than that. It's better than what I just said. But this is where we need to grow into. This is where I'm hoping that you will share this video, share it with your business people that you know. Share it with people that you know who are very wealthy, let's say, or even not wealthy, but yes, no. Let's share this with people who are very wealthy, who are making lots of money, who have probably got 2 or 3 homes, have got cars coming out their yang, got millions of dollars saved up in the bank. Run it by them. Say, hey, listen, let me ask you something. How much money do you give to charity every year? This guy, Bernie Sanders, is a millionaire. He gave 2%. I don't quote me on that. I don't know if that's true. I don't want to get sued because I said he gave less than he did. Because these people are crazy like that. They'll do that. He gave some small percentage of his money to a charity. Now, freedom allows him to give what he wants. I'm not trying to challenge that. What I'm challenging is where we get our heart from, where we get our pure love vibrations from. My wife and I are not wealthy people. We don't have money to give, but you know what? We help feed people every year. We help clothe people, and I'm not trying to I'm not yanking my chain here saying, yeah, Rick's a great person, because I'm really not. I'm just a regular guy, but I know how this works. I know how honest I'm living this pure love and essence works to make people great. I want to carry on with this. We feed people, clothe people, house people as much as we can, and we will continue to do that. I want to build an institute that helps people get where they need to be. Pure love is how we will overcome what's happening in our government right now. Congress people are not there for our benefit. Have you figured that out yet? If you think that the people who are in Congress right now, I'm not going to say all of them are like this, but they are politicians, and they are career politicians. There is nothing happening in our border because they don't want anything to happen in our border. And I'm not saying there should be anything happening in our border. God knows that if we were not living in a monetary system where all resources were available to everyone around the world, if all the resources in the world were available to everyone on the planet, do you think we'd need borders? Do you think we'd have crime? Do you think we'd have wars? If religions were based purely on love, now don't hate me because I'm talking down religion here for a minute, but because there are religions, I'm going to address this real quick. If all religions were based simply on pure love, do you think there'd be religious wars? If religions were based on honesty, do you think there'd be wars? And even an even deeper question: do you think that Jesus would appreciate the way that religions have built up his name? Be honest about it. Think hard about it. Think hard about how Jesus would look at the churches right now and about how they have built up their empires in his name. I love Jesus. I really, really do. I don't go to church. There's a very real reason why I don't. I'm not saying there aren't people and places that have built their organizations and their chapels for very benign reasons. And my hat's off to those folks. But I look at some of these other places, and they are experiencing some things right now that are saying you did this wrong. Anyway, do you believe that if the people in our government were coming at this with honesty, omnipotence, pure love, and essence, that we'd be having the problems we're having right now? So listen, y'all. I'm not going to keep you much longer. I know everybody's got to go to work. I've got to go to work. But my website is livinghopeinstitute.org. That's livinghopeinstitute.org. If you want to go on that website and check it out, we're a 501c3 on there. You can purchase my book there, and that money goes toward the nonprofit. I know I'm talking business here. I know that I'm all about business. But part of what I have to do, I have come to the realization that in order for me to be able to help as many people as possible to get out of where they're at and start learning about what they need to learn. I need to bring in capital. And the best way to do that, I believe at this point, is to have this nonprofit set up to where I can start bringing in people where I don't need to charge them. I don't need to get money out of them. I don't need to sell them anything. I need to help people come in and learn what it means to be honest, omnipotent, pure love, and essence-based. So I just want to give you that little sales pitch there. There is a sales pitch involved in everything I do because we are this kind of thing that we have to do this. We have to get this thing off the ground. So if you want to go there and check it out, you can. I am on Facebook. I am on YouTube. You can get to my videos, my YouTube videos, by going on Facebook. They are there, and this one will be posted on Facebook and on Twitter this morning. If you want to share it with people, please do. But listen, pure love is all about coming from the heart. When you're out there looking at people and talking to people, understand that they do not understand what you're talking about when you're talking about pure love. Step back, observe, because people do not quite get it yet. These people who are dancing in the streets, yelling and screaming about Donald Trump being whatever they're saying he is, they don't understand what is going down. I'm not saying that you have to love him or whatever, but understand that's not pure love. They're not operating from pure love. They're not operating from honesty. Our country is going through a massive change right now, a massive change. And it's not because of him. Understand that what is happening right now is an honesty check. Honestly assessing where our country is and what is happening to our country right now is what's happening. There are people that are sitting at the helm of this country who are hell-bent on not changing the way things have been going for the last 100 years. And we got a guy in there right now that is just causing chaos. And I applaud him for that. What he did in the past, him and his wife have to deal with whatever immoralities were going on. None of us, and especially me, can say that I have been the greatest husband in the world. I have not been the most moral person in the world, but I'm trying to make it better every day. And I believe that's what he's doing too. So I think we need to stop judging this man, let him do his job. That's just my bottom line on that. I won't go into that here. This is not a political discussion. This is a human discussion. This is we need to be human. We need to stop judging one another. I've never seen anything like I've seen in the last 2 years where we're passing judgment on people without any evidence, where we're prosecuting people without any evidence of a crime, where we are digging in and trying to tear people down for absolutely nothing other than the fact that we don't like that they're trying to do something great. So anyway, I love you guys. I hope you have a great day. When you're out on the street, try to do some random act of kindness today and throughout the rest of next week. I will post this on the board today. As soon as I get off here, it will be on YouTube. Later on tonight, I will be doing a live broadcast on Facebook. I look forward to seeing you. Hope, my friends, I love you very much. Remember, you're only as great as the hope you bring to others. Thank you.